man. I'm gonna try something on my screen right now. I hope it doesn't mess anything up. Hold on. Okay. Didn't really. Okay. Cool. All right. So you just came on with me to do a little giveaway on the Instagram page, my Bobble Instagram page. So thank you for hopping on there and helping me out.
Anytime, that was fun.
Yeah. Then some of the peeps over there get to meet you because I know a couple of them watch, and several of them follow the OC Dude's Instagram page. So
Shout out.
can we shout out a
to them.
couple of them?
Yeah,
Shout out as many as we can. The ones that jumped on. I want to try to remember as many as I can. Let's see. Angelina. There was Rob Torres.
Angelina from the Jersey Shore.
Angelina from Jersey Shore. There was Servando, who won.
Servando.
Bean.
Yeah,
Servando was the big winner. Bean was on there. Super Randy was
Super
on there.
Randy.
Yeah, 4-0 something. Sorry, it was kind of a weird name. I don't remember what it was. It was like 4-0 or 4-0 something. And let's see, who else? There's another big one. This person commented a ton, but I can't remember the name. But anyway, just thank you to all of them for hopping on and on the giveaway. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, and dude, I looked at it. I was watching it. When I rewatched it, I could see you on the screen.
Yeah.
But initially, I couldn't see you.
Yeah, that's weird. At least everyone else could see me.
Yeah, people were commenting saying, "Oh, we can see Jason. We can see him," and I was like, "I don't see him," because on that. Did you watch it by chance? Oh, well, you didn't have to. You could see how it's
I could see.
it's half, right? Yeah. I was talking to myself the whole time. I couldn't see you. So dumb. All right. Hey, I usually give you like a top 10 list and then give you a little trivia game, see if you can guess some stuff. But I didn't want to blindside you with this one because this one's a little tough. So I asked you to come up with your top 10 favorite Nintendo Entertainment System games of all time. Your personal top 10 favorite. And I'll give you the list and what they said. And then I want to hear yours, and I'll give you some of mine as well. But do you want to take a quick shot at what you think might be in the top 10 according to this list?
Yeah, I'll go.
Some obvious ones.
Yeah, Super Mario 3.
Super Mario 3 is number one. Yeah. Number one Nintendo game of all time was. Yeah, it might not be yours or mine, but it's number one on this list.
It's on mine. Yeah.
It's on your list. It's on my list for sure. Yeah, 100%. What else? What do you think?
Mike Tyson's Punchout.
Mike Tyson's Punchout came in on this list at number 7, and that game was 1987. That game came out.
Yeah. I'll go with a game we played at the arcade, Contra.
Contra came in at number 10.
Okay.
And that game came out in 1988. 1990 was Mario Brothers 3, by the way.
All right. Let's go Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda is number 2 on the list.
Number 2.
1986 game. What a game, huh?
Yeah. Great game. Yeah. I preferred number 2. I don't. Did you play those?
Yes. Oh yeah. Link? I think it was called Link.
Yeah.
Right.
Link.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Let's go with Castlevania 3 was a good one. Castlevania 3 on that one.
Castlevania 3 was a good one. It came in at number 5. You have not missed one, my friend.
See, that's where you jinx me, man. Every time we do one of these.
Well, I mean, you gotta go easy, man. You got a couple of real obvious ones.
Really obvious ones, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
And then one kind of weird, I think, but I don't know.
About
I'll give you.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you guess one more.
Yeah. Let's see. Mega Man
Yeah, Mega Man 2 to be exact.
2. Okay.
Came in at number 4, and that was a game from 1988. Great game, man.
Yeah.
I got into that. I was going crazy with Mega Man. I loved it. At number 9 is Tetris.
Oh yeah, Tetris. I always think
Tetris.
of that as a Game Boy game because
I know,
when
same.
yeah, because everyone
Yeah,
was playing
that's
that on Game Boy when that came
yep.
out. You know.
Yep, same. Yeah, big time, man. It must have came with the Game Boy or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
At number 8 was a weird one. Is DuckTales.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah,
Never played it.
it's damn good game. I
Mm,
enjoyed the hell out of it. I remember I had it and I love that game, but I don't know if it's in the top 10. At number 6 is Metroid,
Metroid. Okay.
another huge game.
Yeah.
I played that a ton as well. And just number 3, I think is a pretty obvious one. You haven't gotten one. You haven't gotten that one yet.
Obvious one, huh?
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought I said that already, yeah. But I said
Yeah,
3. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
came in at number 3. But let me hear your let me hear your first 5. What are your first top 5? What do you got
First
for your
5.
list?
Well, Super Mario 3 there, so
Super Mario
there's
3.
no surprise there. Um, yeah, I mean, everyone loved that game, right? Did did you ever
Amazing.
see the movie The Wizard with Fred Savage, where he goes on a road trip and he's just um, his brother is autistic and they like hustle people with NES games and they go in this big tournament at Universal Studios.
No, I've
You ever
never
seen
seen
it?
that.
Uh, it was it was one of my favorites back then because it was so cheesy and so much about the NES. They used the Power Glove for the first time before it was out, and the end of the game before Super Mario 3 came out, they had a tournament where he's playing Super Mario 3. So
I remember that Power Glove.
yeah, yeah,
That thing
it,
was awesome.
it didn't. It sucked, man. It
It
sucked.
sucked, but it was so different at the time,
It
you
was,
know?
I was gonna put just outside my top 10. Did you ever play that pad that you'd run on and play different like Olympic sport games?
I remember that. Yes.
I had one of those. I love that thing, man. That was it was the first thing like a Wii, way before that. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Wow. I don't think I had it though, but I know which one you're talking about.
I had
And
it. I had it. Yeah,
you play Olympic events like running and jumping and all this stuff. The
yeah,
high
yeah,
jump,
yeah. Hurdles, high jump.
hurdles.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. You could play it on the controller too, but you could use the pad also, right?
Way better on the pad, yeah, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
sitting there running and you can play against people, and yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun.
What other ones you got in your top 5?
I got Mike Tyson's Punch Out, of course. Everybody's
And
got
number
it.
2?
Number 2,
Okay.
number 3, Castlevania 3. I love Castlevania, man. That's,
Yeah, that's a good
uh,
one.
that is the whole gothic style and horror and all that. I love that stuff.
The
So let's
whip,
see.
that was the whip, right? You used to
The
have that
whip,
whip.
the whip, yeah, and you
Uh,
could get power ups and stuff.
mhm.
Um, yeah, Zelda 2 at number 4. I,
Zelda 2, okay.
yeah, I played that game a lot. I don't know if I actually beat it or I just got really far in it, but I remember playing that a lot.
Yeah, I played it a ton too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All
And
these
then
games, man.
Yeah. Then my number five might be a little surprise. Did you ever play Batman, the game that was based on the Tim Burton movie?
Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I,
probably did. I don't think I had it, but man, I played so many games. I most likely did.
yeah, I was a huge Batman fan at the time, of course, and I
Yeah.
remember waiting for that game because I pre-ordered it. You could pre-order it, and it was late. Like,
Really?
yeah, there were all kinds of delays. Like, it was taking months and months after it was supposed to come out, and I'm like, where is this
Oh
game? Where's
no.
it? Yeah, and it finally got there, and I just remember being so happy, like, oh, it's here, and just playing the hell out of that thing. Even though it was hard, like a lot of NES games at that time, it was a hard game, but it was fun.
That is so cool to hear because I didn't even know that was a thing to
Yeah,
pre-order a game.
yeah.
Wow.
I think I actually got it like right for Christmas time or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, there, I'll give you my top five. The first one's it has to be Super Mario Brothers for me.
Oh yeah,
It changed absolutely everything that had to do with anything with video games. Before that, I was playing some Atari. You're playing Pong. You're playing Pac-Man, which Pac-Man absolute classic. You're playing like Pole Position and you know all these games. And then Nintendo comes out with Mario Brothers, and forget it, man. It changed everything. So for me, it has to be number one.
yeah.
Number two, I got to go with Super Mario Brothers 3. Great game, so much fun. You were able to fly there for
Fly,
a bit. Yeah,
squirrel. Yeah,
yeah. And number three, Punch Out. Punch Out could easily be. Well, no, it has to be at three. It just has to be. But Punch Out was so good. It was difficult.
it was. Yeah.
It was a game where you just had to figure out each fighter and what they did, when you can strike, when you're supposed to move, and you could finish it. You could pass the game, but it took so much time to get there that when you actually did it, it was so rewarding. And to
Did,
beat Mike Tyson was amazing because that guy he would knock you out with one punch.
did you beat Mike Tyson without using a code or anything?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But excuse me. A lot of the time we used the code to get right to him just to
Yeah,
fight him because it was so much fun.
yeah.
And man, he was tough to beat. Do you remember there was a thing for some sort of licensing or something that happened with him and they came out with the other game, Mr. Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was all the same except for instead of Mike, it was Mr. Dream at the end and with the same moves and everything.
He was at LA Comic Con one year, and he was like signing copies of the game and taking photos, and I was debating it at the time, and now I'm thinking back like, damn, I should have met Mike Tyson.
Ooh.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Oh man, having that game signed is
Oh,
worth a lot.
I bet. Uh,
Yeah, man. His signature alone isn't it's not too pricey. It's affordable. Like if you really wanted to buy a glove or like a photo, it's not too expensive, but that game,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
man, it's pricey.
yeah,
Um, at number four, I have Zelda the original because
yeah,
I remember playing that thing for hours and like you mentioned, it was tough. The games were tough back then because we couldn't save games. Remember, you had to beat a
yeah,
game. There was
yeah.
no saving a game back then.
Or you'd leave it on. You'd leave
You
it.
leave it on, come back to it, or yeah, just pause it. You could pause the game and like go have dinner or whatever it was, and then you get back to the game.
Oh man,
And
dude, what I just got to tell this. I broke my dad's big projection TV doing that. He was
leaving the
so
game on?
pissed. Leaving the game on, yeah, because it
Oh
because it
no.
burned into the image. Because those old big
Oh
screen
no.
TVs, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was a kid. I didn't know you couldn't just like leave it like that. When I did it, and
Yeah.
yeah, it burned into the image. We kept it for a while, like just trying to watch shows, but you're watching it with like the game.
How weird. Oh man, I wish you
He's
had a
so
picture of
mad,
that.
so mad. Yeah, I know.
I bet it was probably expensive too back
It
then.
was. It was, yeah, way more expensive than the TVs are today. Yeah,
Oh shit, man. Yeah,
and it
so
was
we have some
heavy. Like,
similar ones, bro. We have Mario
yeah,
3, Punch Out
yeah.
in our top three there, or top five, I should say. You didn't have Super Mario Brothers in your top five, huh?
I I should have. I should have. Yeah, but I figured Mario 3 is. I already have that in there. But yeah,
Hmm.
the first one is so influential. It should be in the top five. Yeah.
I think so. It changed freaking everything, man. And then at number five, I have Double Dragon, actually.
Double Dragon.
Yeah, Double Dragon.
I did not put that on my list simply for the fact that at the same time I had a Sega Master System, the rival game system, and their version of Double Dragon was better than the NES because it was more like the arcade game. The Sega
Yes, I
version
remember
was.
you talking about that. I don't know, a couple shows ago or something. You had mentioned
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's my top five. What's your next five? What do you got?
I I have some weird ones here because I
Okay,
yeah.
let's
Well,
hear it.
number six, I'm sure you were into
So do I.
Battletoads. Battletoads.
Battletoads is my number six.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
funny. That's funny.
Battletoads was freaking awesome.
It was the gameplay, the strange factor of it, you know. Like,
Super strange. It made no
yeah.
sense.
No,
They were like in outer space, trying to save. I want to say they were trying to save a female, and they would run around, yeah, in outer space, and then if you would do like a certain punch, your hand would get really big, and you'd hit somebody really far. Same with the boot.
yeah,
Yeah, great game, man. So much fun.
it was. Um, no, number seven for me was Super Sprint. Did you ever play Super Sprint?
I have not played that one. No,
I
I don't think so.
it was a it's a car racing game around a track, like a F1 or whatever, but highly addictive, man. I could play that thing for hours, man, and that was my favorite racing game on there. So yeah,
I
yeah,
have a couple racing ones, sort of.
and it was multiplayer too. I mean, two player, but multiplayer. That's the most you could play. But
Yeah, that's the most you can play.
yeah,
Well, actually, my number seven is involves a car. It's Spy Hunter.
oh yeah, I love Spy Hunter. I,
Yeah, Spy Hunter was great
I always thought of that as like a arcade game because I know there was the NES version, but I love playing that at the arcade.
at the arcade. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
What's your number eight?
Number eight, Bionic Commando.
I remember Bionic Commando.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That stretchy arm that would pull you up to things. Like it reminded me
Yeah,
of Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, and
hell
yeah,
yeah,
shooting stuff, and fun game. Yeah.
man. I forgot about Bionic Commando.
Yeah.
Do I have it? Let me see. I didn't put it on my list. I have a couple weird ones. My number eight is Marble Madness.
Oh, that was a good one.
You remember that one?
I remember that one. Yeah, yeah,
You were a marble and you had to like go through this maze. You could fall off. There was other marbles trying to knock you off course, and you had to make it from one end to the other to move on to the next level. Marble Madness, man.
that's man. The '80s, like movies, games, it's so original. You know.
So original.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
That what a weird game. I don't know if there's anything like
yeah.
it now, but
No.
it was great. There were these like like these things that would come up that would try to suck you in, knock you off course. I mean, just strange things. Like I don't know, countless hours on that one, man.
Yeah, yeah. My number nine is a game you may not have even heard of, but it was one of my favorites. Rocket Ranger. Did you
No,
hear that?
no, I haven't.
No, I was a huge fan of the Rocketeer at the time, and this game ripped ripped off the Rocketeer. It was like uh, same concept. A guy with a jetpack, and you'd have to do different.
Fucking helmet
Yeah,
of some sort.
I don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't remember if the Rocket Ranger had the. I don't think he had the helmet because they were trying to not get sued, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Probably.
But yeah, you'd have to fly around, and there were all these different missions with you flying around and shooting things, and just really fun gameplay, man. Fun gameplay, and it had a storyline too, and everything. Yeah,
So speaking of the storyline, a lot of these had storylines, right?
yeah,
And they're so difficult to pass. I went back recently and looked at some YouTube videos, like Battletoads, for example. I couldn't pass the damn game. At least I don't remember passing it. And I watched this guy play it, and I'm like, I couldn't do that. Like, how come I didn't pass this? It was like 45 minutes, and I'm playing for hours trying to pass this game.
well, I watched a documentary on this thing about speed gaming, where these guys now they learn all the little ins and outs of the game, and then they'll do it
Sure.
in the fastest time, you know. But they already
Yes.
know, like they already know all the techniques, you know. We didn't know that stuff back then. It was just
Well, we had to learn it back then, but well, why didn't we learn it? Because, like I said, I'm watching this. I go, I could have done that. I'm watching Zelda. I got
yeah.
the Zelda. I got to the end twice with that damn thing, once or twice, and I didn't beat the last guy. But I'm watching this guy play, and I go, why couldn't I beat this guy? Like this guy, and again, it's like you said, ins and outs. You got to move here. I mean, it was as simple as that. This way, here, shoot here, move here. It was all these.
But but the thing is that like they could have watched someone else on a video do it and seen how to do it. You know, it's like we had
We
like
didn't have that.
Nintendo. We had Nintendo Power, but you had to buy those, you know, and they'd give you tips and yeah,
I remember those.
yeah,
I used to have some of those, man.
yeah. Oh, and shout out to Chris Gore because he used to write a magazine called Video Games and Entertainment. For all those games at that time, and then the 16-bit games, and yeah, I used to read all his articles about those games
Really?
back
Okay.
then. Yeah,
Cool, cool.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if you named your number 9 yet.
Yeah, that was Rocket Ranger.
Rocket Ranger. Okay, I have
Yeah.
TNC Surf.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
You do remember that? Okay, yeah, you get to surf or skateboard,
Yeah,
and you were these characters that had like were wearing masks. I don't know, just another weird game.
yeah,
But again, just hours hours on that thing, man.
yeah.
What's your 10?
10 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay,
The
yeah.
the first one that was super hard. Everybody talks about how hard it was, but I got I got pretty far in it. I think I might have even beaten it. I can't remember, but yeah, I spent way too much time on that because I love the show and I wanted to master that game. So yeah,
Yeah. The cartoons back then were great, man. Let's see. 10, I have Tecmo Bowl. Did you play Tecmo Bowl?
I did a little bit. I wasn't as into football back then, but I played a little bit. Yeah,
Okay. That's the one that was Bo Jackson was in.
yeah.
And so everybody would always pick the Raiders, and then you couldn't tackle the guy. It was the dumbest thing ever. If you handed him the ball, you could run all the way across the field, come all the way back to the other side of the field, and run all the way back, score a touchdown. They couldn't tackle you. It was the dumbest thing ever, man. But yeah, Tecmo Bowl, and then I'll give you some quick ones here. Also, Excite Bike,
Yeah. It's like I love
Bases Loaded, so good.
creating the tracks and Excite Bike. That was fun. Like
Yes. Oh,
design
you're
your own
right.
tracks. Yeah,
Ah, I forgot about that. That's right. You could create your own. Yeah, that was different too. Yeah, Bases Loaded was great. We used to play that with Duncan just hours, man. We would go at it in that game. Kung Fu. Did you play Kung Fu?
yeah, yeah.
Kung Fu, and then I have Ninja Turtles, and then I have RC Pro Am. Do you remember RC Pro Am?
I
That was a
know of
racing
it.
game.
I didn't play it much, but yeah.
And then Super Spike V-Ball was one of my favorite games too. I loved playing
Oh
the volleyball game. It was so good.
yeah. And shout out to dodgeball too. Dodgeball.
Dodgeball, yeah. Oh man, I just I love
There's
those
too
old
many.
games, man.
We could go on for hours just talking about Nintendo games, man.
We can. We can. We definitely could because there's so many of them. I have a bunch that I would love to talk about. Contra was amazing. We played a little bit at that retro bar that we went to.
Yeah, but my damn shooting button wasn't working. So
Yeah, I had to kill everyone for you, man.
just jumping around like an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. That game's really tough. I mean, if you didn't use the code, I don't know if you could pass it. I don't know if anyone's passed it with just the 3 lives they give you to start the game. Like you had to do the code. Do you know the code? Everyone knows the code.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I forget. I think you get like 30 lives, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. So good, bro. So good. I miss you. Let me tell you, I'm so happy that I grew up in those times. I can't even tell you how that makes me feel. It might sound stupid to some people. I'm so happy I did it. If I didn't grow up in those times, I'd be even more addicted to my phone right now. I'd be more addicted to just watching shit on the internet. I would be one of those kids.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I have that part in me for some reason. It really does feel good.
Yeah, man. Man, uh, all I did was play video games and read comics when I was a kid. That was all I did, man. Now I hardly do either, you know. But,
Yeah.
I
But we
love
also
that
played
time.
outside though. We went outside and we
Yeah,
played. We tried to skateboard, tried to bike, played in the dirt, played with cars, marbles, whatever it was. Like we got out and we played too, though. And
yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully that's still a thing. I know people mentioned that that's not necessarily what
For
kids do now. You don't see them playing
for
outside much, but I
for,
don't know.
for my son, it is.
Hmm.
For my nieces, it is. Yeah, they still play out. They still love going to playgrounds. So it's funny because we'll go to these big amusement parks, and the joke is we go for the playground.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's where we end up.
Okay.
Yeah, because they'd rather be at the playground than do rides. It's like,
Right. Right. Might as well go to a park.
yeah.
That's funny, man. Do you have any OC news?
OC News. You go first. You go.
Yeah, I got one that's Disney related. I know I did one last week, but Disney has agreed to a $9.5 million settlement with guests who purchase a Dream Key Pass in 2021. Are you one of these people?
I haven't. Is it any key pass or only the Dream?
It says Dream Key Pass. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Is that because I think I have an enchantment key pass? They call them all different things. So
okay.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. So, uh, so Disney, yeah, they began sending out payments on June 14th. There was like a lawsuit that claims that guests were misled into believing that that pass had no blackout dates when in fact
Oh.
it did.
Uh,
So one lady started it. She said, "No, this is BS," and they've paid, what is it? I mean, some people were getting paid a good amount of money, I guess. A lot of those weren't because it was such a big, like what do they call it? Like a class action suit, whatever they call it,
yeah. Yeah.
right?
Class action.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if you were one of those people in 2021, man, you got to get in on that, get some of that money.
It, it wasn't me because that's the most expensive pass, and yeah, I wasn't doing
Oh,
that.
is it?
Yeah.
What does that mean? So if it's the most expensive, should there not be
Most or
blackout
second most,
dates?
one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I know the most expensive has no blackout dates. So maybe it
Okay.
was the second most one then. Or something.
It says the problem was not that park reservations were unavailable or that the parks had reached their capacity and therefore could not provide reservations to its Dream Key pass holders, the lawsuit said. The problem was that Disney had decided to block out otherwise available park reservations
Mm.
so that they were only available to new purchases and were not available to Dream Key pass holders. So I don't know what they had against Dream Key pass holders, but these Dream people were not happy, man. And so anyway, that pass has been discontinued, and Disney denied any wrongdoing, but they agreed to settle in July of 2023 just to avoid a trial,
Mm.
and they just started paying out people. So it's $9.5 million that they're handing out. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me let in Mateo. Mateo's barking.
Bring in
Come in.
Mateo. Bring him in.
Come on,
This is
Mateo.
the dog that almost got eaten by a snake last week.
Taking his sweet time.
They own the area. We're just here, you know.
Yeah.
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 I got one more unless you got something.
No, go for it.
Yeah, in 1983, a skull was found by children playing in Lake Forest, and like 70% of the body was found, but they couldn't really. All they could determine was the race and like approximate age, but they didn't know. They didn't have the person's name, so it was a cold case. And then so apparently this person they found out now that it's a female. Her name is, I have it here somewhere. Maritza Grimme, a Panamanian native. She was married to a Marine in Ohio, 78. In 79, she filed for divorce, told her sister she was moving to California, moved to Lake Forest area. And I don't even think it was called Lake Forest back then, but Lake Forest. And she was only 20 years old at the time. And so now they know they have all this information now, but now it's just a matter of solving the murder case because now it's an open murder case.
Mm.
So we'll see if they figure that out.
Yeah, hope so, man. Hope so. I do have an OC news. I wanted to give a shout out to if you have kids, there's a really good deal at Chuck E. Cheese. It's called the Summer Fun Pass deal, and we have the cheapest one, which is $40 for 2 months. You can go every single day, and you get this card that's loaded up with 40 games. You play 40 games every day for $40, and yeah, every time they scan it, it's like a $26 discount thing. So it would have cost $26 just to go one time to do the thing. So you just go a couple times and you're to get your money's worth. But we've been going like almost every day, me and my son, and playing games. A lot of fun. I have this fantasy that like one night he's gonna conk out early, and I'm gonna go there and just play the basketball and the football by myself.
Yeah, freaking weirdo.
Because I don't get to play those. Like I'm helping him play games and stuff. Like
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
we have fun. We play the car racing and the zombie, and like, man, I want to go play
Oh
the
man.
basketball, but I can't, or throw the football, or
Yeah. He's got to hang out, watch you play a little bit. Jeez, come on,
he's
come on,
not
Jimmy.
interested in that.
He's not interested. You weirdo. You want to go there by yourself? You want to go to Legoland by yourself? Jeez, man, you got to stop while you're ahead, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh man, what do you got for shows? You ain't watching anything or any movies or nothing?
Yeah. Well, I'm watching a lot of short films because this weekend I'm going to Palm Springs Short Fest. That's gonna be fun. But let me think.
I gotta give you one that I just watched.
What do you got? What do you got?
I gotta tell you, I saw Aquaman the second. I hadn't watched it yet. The second one,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it, man.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh, really? You didn't like it either?
No. I almost fell asleep.
Dude, I'm watching and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, what is? what is this?
Yeah, yeah,
Even the jokes were flat for me. They weren't funny. He wasn't funny, and I liked the first one. I thought the first one was fine. Uh, it wasn't my favorite superhero movie or anything anywhere near it, but it was better than the second one.
yeah.
Second one was, I don't know, man. I don't know what they did there or what they thought with that one, but it was just not good.
No, and it was a bummer because that was the last movie of the DC universe. How they had it before. It's like this is how they're going out. Well, as a
Bad way
whole, it
to go
wasn't
out.
that great. Yeah, bad
Mm-mm.
way to go out, and as a whole, it wasn't very good, man. So,
No, and then you had Amber in the freaking movie.
oh yeah, but she couldn't talk.
Yeah, she barely talked.
Yeah,
Just I don't know, man. I really wished it was good because, like I said, I was the first one was fine, but unfortunately, this one just didn't do it. That he would do those like it was a one liner, a joke about something or somebody fell or something or he fell. It was and the jokes were just no good, man. They were just not good. I was like, I'm not digging this at all right now. It was bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was. Yeah, I remembered. I watched a documentary called Brats on Disney Plus and Hulu. Have you heard of that one, Brats?
I know what Bratz is, but I didn't know there was like a documentary. Is this the same thing? What is this about?
No, it's about the Brat Pack
Oh,
in
okay.
the 80s.
Okay, no, I
There was
haven't
a
heard of it.
group of young actors: Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe, Demi Moore.
Wait, I have heard of this. Okay,
Yeah, I was excited. I liked their movies back then.
sure.
Um, this movie was made by Andrew McCarthy, who was one of the members of that. He did a lot of known '80s movies back then. But my problem with it was I heard other people complaining about this too. That the whole movie is just Andrew like complaining how they were called brats. Like he's really upset about it. He feels like it changed his whole career and everything. But
Mm.
like that's the whole movie, and he's going around to the others like, "Oh, did you feel this too?" And some of them are like, What are you talking about?"
No.
Yeah, like the successful ones, like Rob Lowe, he's like, like it didn't bother me, man. Like I was still still doing stuff afterwards. But it's like he
Yeah,
let this term like
it
just
just took
drag
over.
him. It took
Yeah.
over. It's like he was paralyzed after that. And
Hmm.
he tried to say like the perception around Hollywood changed about them after that term, and maybe that's true. Maybe that's true, but like there are ones who broke out after too, like Demi Moore and
Estevez.
Estevez. Yeah, yeah, but
Huh. What a weird thing to let yourself get caught up in, and it sounds like he
yeah,
just did it to himself, really.
yeah, yeah. They talk about that. He talks with like Demi about that, and she was telling him that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the movie, he talks to the journalist who came up with that name and wrote this big article, who he's got this grudge with, and he's like,
Did he
oh
beat him up?
no, he's like, it's so hard because I find myself liking you, man. Like,
Oh God, get
it,
over it, man.
yeah, and the journalist like had no idea either. He's like, I thought it was cool. I made up this term. Like, I think it helped like bring you guys popularity actually, and like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I always thought it was a cool term.
Yeah,
But
that's a
you know what
strange one.
it reminded me of? It reminded me of our friend who was called lame for years because everyone just called him that. And I had never thought of that being a negative term, and one
Yeah.
day he comes to me and he tells me, man, like I hated being called lame, man. Like he's
Yeah,
like, you
he's
think
told
about it,
us all that.
it's such a negative term, and I'm like, oh, damn, it is. You're right. Like,
Yeah, he
yeah,
hates that. He's just let's just go with this instead of that, and Yeah,
Yeah.
he hit us all up about it. I said, dude, I don't like that. I never liked it, and I don't like it now. But
Yeah.
if you didn't like it then, I mean, it's been 25 years, bro. What you could have said it somewhere within that time,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? That's funny, dude. That you bring that up.
But it's just like
Lame.
that movie, like, yeah, yeah.
What a terrible name.
And he got that nickname lame because people said he shot like Lambeer on,
Yeah.
and
Lambert.
I didn't know that either at the time. I was like, they
Yeah.
call him lame. Okay, I'll just go with it.
I think it was his brother that gave him that nickname. They used to play one-on-one a lot. I think he said something like, "Dude, you look like Bill Lambier or something," and then it just went from Lambier to Lamebeer to lame. I don't know why, and that just stuck.
Like
That's too funny, bro.
everyone in the high school called him that too. It wasn't just like our crowd, you know. It's like
No,
everybody.
that's just who he was. And he's like, "Dude, I don't like it." All right, dude,
Uh,
that's too funny. I gotta tell him we talked about that. Oh, what's up? Come here. Come here. Oh, somebody just came home.
oh,
Somebody just came home.
hey,
Look how skinny she is. Oh my god, you're so skinny. She's, man,
yeah,
that bums me out.
I know,
'Cause she's 18. We talked about it before,
yeah,
but she's killing herself. She won't eat.
mm,
She's so picky. We buy every expensive food there is. We buy all kinds of different varieties. We'll put like 3 different foods out there for her, and then it gets to the point where she's just so hungry that she just has to eat it. It'll be like overnight, like in the middle of the night. She's just like, I guess I'll eat this crap that they're feeding me. And what's funny is that she's always hungry. She's
uh,
looking. Yeah,
yeah,
she's looking, and she's looking for food. So we give her food, and then sometimes she eats it. I mean, otherwise she'd be dead if she wasn't eating. But it's not a good time to be picky. Not at 18.
no,
Fucking love her to death, man. All right, dude. I gotta get out of here because
all right,
I gotta go and eat. Food has arrived.
all right,
Smash.
smashing like, yeah,
Smash. All right, dude. Peace.
all right, later.
Later.